So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and fold the paper, and this is gonna just help you be able to kind of place everything. So we want to fold it one way. This is just regular copy paper, and then I'm going to fold it the other way. Now if it's still hard to see the folds after you do this, then you might want to go ahead and add in some light lines or a color of some sort. Make sure it's erasable. Okay, so now I'm going to move over to my regular pencil, and hopefully this will be dark enough to show up on screen here. Okay, so we're going to start with the Mama bunny. Okay, so it is kind of going in the center. It's basically a heart, and it's kind of just going in this whole center here. Let's see, I will draw it and then I will go back over it to make sure that it's good and dark for everyone to see. Yeah, that shows up pretty well. And then we'll do the baby bunny, and they're nuzzling, so the baby bunny's head is going to be right here, and it's basically the same thing, it's just flipped, and then it's much smaller, and it's in this, if this is a quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4, it's down here in the more in the fourth quadrant, and so we're going to go ahead and add it right here. Now you don't have to draw the heart in the exact same way. Like I actually want to come over this way a little bit and then come in. Now you'll probably want to be drawing lighter than this. I'm actually pressing quite a bit so that it'll show on the screen, but you can do it much lighter. And so now here's a little bit of information for you. Rabbits are very social creatures that live in groups. They live in warrens, which is a series of tunnels and rooms that they dig underground. A baby bunny is called a kit, a female is called a doe, and a male is called a buck. So let's go ahead and add some more. So next thing we're going to do is go ahead and add in some bodies. Okay, and these bodies are very simple. We're just going to go ahead and have a curve coming from right here, pretty close to this halfway line. And then we've got another curve right here, and it is very close. Actually, it's a kind of just coming over our middle line this way, and then we're just going to draw a line to connect them. And we'll do the same thing for the baby bunny, although the baby bunnies will be smaller. There we go. I'll round that up a little bit. All right, and a rabbit's teeth never stop growing. Instead, they're gradually worn down as the rabbit chews on grasses, wildflowers, and vegetables, meaning they never get too long. Nature's own nail file there. All right, so let's go ahead and add a little bit more. If this is going too fast for you, feel free to pause to slow down the video as you complete each step. Now it's going to start to look like a bunny. So we're going to be adding our muzzle. So the mama's muzzle is right here. It's kind of right on the corner there. I'll try to keep my hand out of the way. And then we're going to do another one over here for the baby. They're probably about the same size. They're a bit distorted. Babies generally have bigger features in relation to their head size, and they have larger heads in relation to their body size. So it's okay for it to look a little out of proportion. And then we want to go ahead and add some more things. We're going to add our little cotton tail. Back here we'll give one for the baby as well. And then we're going to add a little chest fluff and some chest fluff over here for our baby. Now I try not to erase too much as I go, but every once in a while it's important to go ahead and get that done. Another little pro tip, I try not to, I don't always succeed, but I try not to use my hand to get rid of eraser bits. I'm having a hard time, might have to. I usually use an old paintbrush, there we go, of some kind, like just a dollar store paintbrush. I like to call it my eraser broom, to get rid of that, because it really does, there's oils on your hand and they'll bond with the graphite and the graphite that's in the eraser bits, and you can smear. So good habit. All right, and then we'll keep going. We need some baby bunny feet. We're gonna see 1, 2, these are our front feet, and then we've got a hind foot or paw there, and then we're gonna make these one. This is Mama, so these are gonna be bigger. Okay, and then this one's coming out a bit. All right, and then we also have the back one. Okay, and then we'll keep on going. So we have all of those that we need. And here's another little rabbit fact. Rabbits perform an athletic leap known as a binky when they're happy, performing twists and kicks in mid-air. Have you ever seen a rabbit do a binky? So if you can draw a C or just a curve, you can do this next step. And we're just gonna add a curve right here for the leg. And then that curve is gonna be almost touch this other one, going the opposite direction. And then we're kind of gonna do the same thing for the baby. And then this one, starting to shape up here. And then we have a few more to do. We're gonna do some toe beans, or little paw, I like to call them toe beans. And we're just doing, there's 2 there, there's 2 here, and then 2 over here. And then we don't want to forget the baby bunny. Those are going to be going in the opposite kind of direction. Okay, and we're going to add just a little bit of leg there for the baby, because slightly different viewpoint. Rabbits' eyes are on the sides of their head, meaning that they can see almost all the way around them. This helps them to keep a close watch for predators while they're going about their business. You'll see that with a lot of animals that would be considered prey for other animals. Okay, and did you know that rabbits purr when they're happy, like cats? When they're content and relaxed, they purr like bunnies, or excuse me, well, like bunnies, but like cats too. All right, so now we're gonna add one of the best parts, the most recognizable parts, the ears. So on this side, we're just gonna make a long line, and then we're gonna basically make a D, a capital D here. And then we'll put a smaller capital D inside that. And then over here, we're gonna make a leaf shape. Like that. And then I'm going to kind of do the opposite on the other side, just because on this one it's a backwards D and it's going the other direction, and it's behind the front one. So let's go ahead and do this one. So we're starting in the middle and making a leaf shape, so a curve, and then we'll make a curve coming back the other direction. And then from here we're going to go up, and then our curve is going to come back down. And then we'll go ahead and add another leaf shape in here for the inside of the ear. So we're now going to get to the details here, and so we just have a couple things to add. We have some eyes for the Mama Bunny. Now the one eye is pretty close to us. It's right here in the corner, and that's just an oval. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little highlight in there. And then my other eye is over here. And I'll go ahead and put another highlight in there. And my nose is just going to start with a V. And then I'm going to put a curve on the top of that. And then we've got a curve going this way, almost like a U, and then a curve going the other way. And it's going to end because it's just going to kind of wrap around the face a little bit. And then we're going to just add some whiskers. Might not see some whiskers on the other side just because it's nuzzling into the baby at that point. Baby's eyes are closed here, so I'm going to go ahead because he's enjoying cuddles with mom. So we're just going to make a little rainbow line and maybe another little rainbow line there. And we're going to do the same thing for the nose. Then this nose is nuzzled right up against mom. So we've got that V and a little curve. And then we have the, not quite, it's like a backwards J. It's not so much it's the same curve as a U, but it ends up looking a little bit like a backwards J. And then we've got the other one. And whiskers here too. And then you can go ahead and darken everything up. I like to get a black marker. Now be careful what kind of marker that you're using. This is a water-based Crayola marker, so it shouldn't go through the page. But if you're using Sharpie or something like that, you need to make sure you've got something under the paper, especially if the paper's thin. So now I can just very quickly go back over all the details. Doesn't really matter what order I go in. And we didn't really do any construction lines on this one, so it's not too important to be careful about where I'm adding black marker. It is important that I have a black marker that's not dying. All right, now I can just erase everything all at once. And the lines that I want to keep aren't going anywhere because marker doesn't erase. And I've gotten getting rid of even the pencil I was using is a colored pencil with it's an erasable colored pencil. This particular one is Prismacolor Color Erase, but there are Crayola as well, and they do the job just as well. Especially if you're careful not to press too hard. In that instance, a regular colored pencil will also work because you can always lighten a colored pencil. But you can't really totally remove it. So if you put it on there just like really light, you should be able to erase it enough that you can't see it very well. Now this extra part there, that was where I had that other marker that was dying a little bit. So just double check and make sure you've gotten rid of all your pencil. And then I'll go ahead and use my eraser broom again. Now I'm not going to add color to this today, but you all have fun adding whatever colors you want. And I will leave you with one more quick bunny fact. I'll leave you with one rabbit fact. Rabbits are very effective baby makers. Mother rabbits are pregnant for between 28 to 31 days, giving birth to up to 14 baby rabbits called kittens in a single litter. There are over 45 million rabbits in the United Kingdom alone. I'm not sure how many are here in the US. All right, well, I will let you go, and I will hopefully see you all again next week.